this Saturday, live in Los Angeles at the world famous Kia Forum. AEW presents Full Gear, and we got our predictions, and we got a lot of lanyard for you coming from AEW and WWE right here on this live stream edition of the World Elite Podcast. Let's go.
So what does it mean to be a raging Cajun? Southwest Louisiana, wreck your face, man. Still don't get it in, I'ma let you know. All you gotta do is come and join the show.
Well, hello again, everybody. We are the highest tier pod, your weekly unfiltered wrestling and entertainment. Welcome to the World Elite Podcast. We're free and available wherever you get your podcasts, and we're on YouTube as well. I am Marcus. He's Dylan. Unfortunately, Jordan's not here with us today. He's feeling under the weather. I've been feeling under the weather all week, but I've been taking meds. I had to switch my medication. You could have told me how fucking expensive Zyrtec is. Jesus Christ. How are you doing, by the way?
I'm doing pretty good, dude. Luckily, I'm feeling pretty good. I haven't had any sort of sinus issues. I know the weather over here has been so bipolar. It's either cold to where you're running your heater, and then later in the day, you're turning on your air condition. It's, oh my God, dude, it's so fucking annoying. But luckily, I haven't caught the brunt of it yet. You know, Jordan's sick, you're sick. I know my mom's been feeling under the weather. I think that's about it right now. So I'm doing okay, which is good.
I'm not sick where I can't work. I'm still at work. I'm just taking. I was on Claritin and Mucinex all week, and I just switched my medication to Zyrtec. And I hit all that, and I hit some Flonase too. So I'm hitting all that. Plus, I got all that from our playoff game last week. It's freaking right there by Natchitoches. And wish me luck tomorrow. We got to go back on the road, and I'm going to be about 15 minutes from Arkansas. So we got about a 4.5 hour drive tomorrow night. So against the defending state champs. So our season will probably be over tomorrow. I'd be fucking shocked if we pull this. That would be the heist of the freaking century in our state. If number 19 pulls off number 3 in the playoffs. So we got people now. Tim King tuning in. What's going on? Yeah, I like this look too. Give me a little Brood look or a little Wolfpack look here. You've been waiting pretty while, huh, Nick? But glad that you've waited that long. Oh, well, Jordan's sick enough to comment, so he's tuning in somehow. You look under the weather. No, it's just my hair's not brushed. It was a little windy outside, and my hair's a wreck. So, Melissa's, hey, what's going on? This might be a first here. Commenting on YouTube. What's going on, Graydon? How we doing? What else we got? Miss Terry in the house. How you doing? Happy late birthday again. And Justin from the End Time Wrestling Podcast. Well, her birthday was last week, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, Friday.
Okay, so I told her happy birthday again. So, what do you want to talk about? Oh, this is going to be fun. I don't know. I'll let you go first.
All right, yeah.
I feel under the weather.
Let's start off. Since the stream is mostly on the AEW side of things, we'll start off with WWE so we can just get it out the way. And we've seen a lot of heel turns. We've seen Santos Escobar turn on Rey Mysterio. Asuka joined Damage CTRL. She partnered up with Kairi Sane, Io, Bailey, and Dakota. I'm not sure where that's going to go. And then we've seen a big one on Monday Night Raw. Drew McIntyre turning on Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso and aligning himself, what seems like, with the Judgment Day as he shakes hands with Rhea Ripley. As you see in the picture, she's looking at him like she normally looks at Dominic Mysterio, giving him that look. So, where do you want to start with this one, man? Do you want to just knock out Drew McIntyre right here? Do you want to start off with the lower one? Seemed like with Santos Escobar. Start with Asuka. This is your choice, man. Where do you want to start?
Okay. I want to start with the one I really like the most here. I've been asking this for quite a while, and we finally got it. I finally got it. Drew McIntyre is finally a heel again. Now, I actually like the fact that he's aligning with Judgment Day. I like this. Drew McIntyre as the leader of Judgment Day would be fucking awesome. Since he'd be a better leader than Finn Balor. He'd be a better leader than Damian Priest. And he damn sure would be a better leader than Dipshit 1 and Dipshit 2. But look at Rhea's eyes there. It's like, mommy's got a new lover here. And poor Dom, if she keeps this up, she wants a Scottish psychopath instead of a dipshit like Dominic. I'd go for it, Rhea. I'd put Dominic in the dust here, and he gonna need some whiskey glasses because he don't want to see the truth. Well, but here's my thing about this. Everyone's already skeptic that they're going to make War Games 5-on-5 now. If you put Drew in the mix, I really wanted it to stay 4-on-4. Nick said Rhea is the leader. Drew ain't taking that away. Eventually, it's going to. I was hoping it'd stay 4-on-4, but it is what it is. But I'm hearing people talk. Oh my God, CM Punk's going to be the 5th member. Or Randy Orton's going to be the 5th member. Okay, first off, I've said it once and I'm going to say it again. Phil Brooks is not coming back to WWE. Triple H is not going to play that shit. Now, Randy Orton, I would be shocked if he came back. I thought he was going to be done. All the dirt sheets were saying how his back injury was so bad he was never going to ever wrestle again. Now, we've been proving with people like Edge Adam Copeland or Saraya and Bryan Danielson, who said they were never going to wrestle again, and look at them now. They all three still wrestling. Maybe Randy Orton could come back. Tim King saying only the 5th member. I'll believe Randy Orton be the comeback before CM Punk. I was hoping Kevin Owens, but they were talking about Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce don't want to do that shit where, for one night he's going to go join a Raw team as a SmackDown competitor. I was hoping to be Kevin Owens, but they're not going to do that. So, I'm just going to say Randy Orton. I'll say Randy Orton be the 5th guy, and you'll hear our prediction. Well, you'll hear their predictions next week. You'll hear mine from Freddie's mouth because I won't be on the show next week. Freddie's going to take in for me. But I love that Drew is a heel. I've been waiting for it since he grew that facial hair back. That's a heel look at Drew McIntyre. So give me your take on the whole Drew aligning with the Judgment Day, if he actually joins the Judgment Day, or this is just a one-off of him being in War Games. I don't know. You think he's going to be an active member of this faction, or let me hear your take on Drew McIntyre.
So I feel like the handshake with Rhea Ripley is like the same thing as signing a contract. It's just like that handshake means you're in. And you've seen JD McDonough on Raw this past Monday. He got the jacket. He got the official call up to the Judgment Day. He's been taking like the fall for everybody. He did it for Damian Priest, and when they were all together, Damian Priest shouted into the microphone that he was the leader of the Judgment Day. That got a lot of looks from everybody, so I'm not sure how well they were taking it. But yeah, the handshake means everything, and I believe right there that he's in. He's officially in, and this Monday on Raw coming up is going to be very interesting. The last Monday Night Raw before War Games, I believe that's when they're going to announce that it's a 5-on-5 instead of a 4-on-4. And yeah, the big speculation, I find it's more Orton than CM Punk. CM Punk is only getting talked about because in Chicago, and I'm not sure if there's a no compete if you get fired from AEW. There's like never been talked of that of a no compete. So I think maybe he can compete right away. But that's the only reason why it's getting talked about is because it's in Chicago. If it wasn't in Chicago, CM Punk's name would not get brought up whatsoever. But what I'm interested in seeing is if they actually pull it off and get Orton there. Other than the dirt sheets, I have not seen Orton's name come up one time. But one major dirt sheet being Sean Ross Sapp, someone who's like the only one I follow and I actually trust with news with Fightful.com. He's been teasing stuff. Like he posted the lyrics to this Fire Burns because one time Randy Orton used that one time, and also obviously it was CM Punk's theme song also. So he's teasing right now. He's saying it could be one or the other. So I don't think it'll be, if it's not Punk, if it's not Orton, then I don't know. But I think the only clear-cut answer right now is that it's either CM Punk or it's Randy Orton. I don't think any other answer makes sense other than the two. But I'm excited to talk about the other two heel turns. But something about Drew McIntyre's was just awesome. He came out of nowhere. He was standing right there, and he gave the Claymore right to Jey Uso, and it was a fantastic turnaround. And it was, yeah, it was really good, and I enjoyed it. My mom hated it. She loves Drew McIntyre, but she's just like how my grandma was. She loves you when you're good. She hates you when you're bad. So now she hates Drew McIntyre.
Nipple Mania was running wild here when it happened. I love Drew. Hey, Daniel, how's it going? Being Scottish native, I love Drew McIntyre. So I was happy to see him go heel. So
Same here.
I'll let you pick the next heel turn we'll talk about while I'll go grab me another drink. So my camera might be off for like 10 seconds.
Well, luckily I came prepared. I got me a big Route 44 from Sonic, so I came prepared for this one.
Happy hour.
Exactly.
A route 44. A route 44 of what?
Coke.
Regular Coke. You don't put no flavor in it.
Yes. I'm not a flavor person with my sodas.
If I get a Dr. Pepper from Sonic, I'm gonna put vanilla in it, or now if I get like a cherry, if I don't go like cherry limeade or whatever, if I've done this other mix where I drink water mixed with blackberry and mango. Is fucking amazing.
Nice.
Even a mango limeade is that's probably the best drink I drank for the summer. This year was a mango limeade.
I'm sorry, it sounds awful. I'm not a mango person.
I love mangoes.
Yeah, I guess so.
So I'll let you pick the next one.
Yeah, we're getting off here. Okay, so I'll start off with Santos Escobar simply because it led up really good, and I feel like people already on a previous show was saying that it was rushed and it didn't really make a lot of sense, but I feel like it took too long to happen. I kind of feel like Santos maybe should have turned like right when Rey Mysterio he took his spot and won the U.S. title. That's why I feel like the heel turn should have happened. So I feel like it maybe waited too long to happen. So anyone could say it's rushed. I feel like respect your opinion. God damn, you opened that very loudly. But Santos, this was a good turn for him, and it all led up at Crown Jewel when he left the brass knucks in the ring. It was very obvious that the heel turn was happening right after. I thought it was going to happen at Crown Jewel right after Logan Paul won, but man, they waited till SmackDown and it happened right then and there, which was awesome. But I really hope this means something good for Santos Escobar because I prefer him as a heel. I wasn't really too fond when he came over and they turned into the LWO when they were good guys. No, that wasn't for me. So Santos Escobar is good as a heel. They didn't turn Legado del Fantasma heel. They just turned him heel. I don't know if this will build up into a heel turn for Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro. I'm not sure even about Zelina. And also, where does this leave Carlito in this whole thing? Because he just got there and already Santos is the heel. Does he take over as the new leader of LWO? Rey Mysterio's out for a little while. I think he had surgery or something. That's maybe their way of writing him off. But yeah, it was a good heel turn. Curious to hear your thoughts on the whole build up to the heel turn, then when it finally happened, and then what you see going on after.
Anyhow, I knew this one was coming. I was waiting for it to happen. I didn't think it was going to happen so soon. You know, if they wasn't going to do it at Crown Jewel, I figured they were going to drag it at least to like Rumble or something, or after the Rumble. I didn't think they were going to do it so soon. And obviously, it wasn't a surprise. Breaking alert, Carlito is now back in ring competition, and that was a big kept secret from us. So they didn't give him a big welcome back. It just randomly happened. He had a match, which I ain't complaining he had a match, but it's just, can you kind of give us a heads up, like, breaking news, Carlito's coming back? I mean, I wanted him to come back. So, but he was out there to like say he did that on purpose. Blah, blah, blah. Well, then Santos just went to like that fuck it mode and just took him down. Poor Rey Mysterio. He's been a part of like 4 massive turnovers in his career, from with Eddie to Batista to son dipshit Dominic, and now Santos. Hello, Cheyenne. Oh no. He's in the other room.
Yeah, she's just in the living room.
So I guess they're gonna drag this all the way to WrestleMania. It's November, so you got like 4 or 5 months to build this into a hell of a WrestleMania match. By the way, Rey Mysterio, I guess, broke his leg. Like, there was a picture of him posted on social media. He was like at his house and he had his leg wrapped up and it said, "Do not come back." I don't know who posted that. Oh, Santos posted, "Do not come back." Graydon said Santos would collect Rey's mask. Yeah. And I liked what, I think it was Kyle, our buddy Kyle from Apron Bump, said Dominic, when he arrives at Rey Mysterio's house, it was the scene from when Austin jumped McMahon at the hospital and with the bedpan scene. That one. That was funny. So you better hit this one out the park like you did with Rey and Dominic last year's WrestleMania. Like, this better be good storytelling. Now, I'm wondering, how's this going to go? I kept saying that Santos was going to kick Rey out of the LWO and turn him as a heel faction. Maybe it could be opposite. Maybe Santos gets kicked out of LWO. What if he brings back Legado del Fantasma, but he'd have different members, you know, because you got Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wilde aligning with Rey and Carlito and Zelina Vega. Hell, here's a good idea. If you want to upgrade a heel Legado del Fantasma, call up Humberto Carrillo and Hector Garza, the freaking Wolves, whatever the fuck they are. Have them line with Santos. That would be a good Legado del Fantasma versus LWO. That would be awesome. Because, you know, Garza and Humberto are kicking ass in NXT with this wolf gimmick they got, where they got the like wolf scratch tattooed on their chest or their shoulder. And they had an amazing TLC tables, ladders, and scares match at Halloween Havoc with the Creed brothers. You know, Nipple Mania was running wild in Chicago for Tim King watching that one, but that would be interesting to look into. But it is what it is. Whatever they decide to go down this path, you know, if they want to keep Dominic out the storyline to make it even more interesting, they want to just focus on Santos and Rey in the LWO, that's fine. If they end up splitting the faction, I don't know, because a lot of people were like, LWO ain't been shit lately. You know, they had their one-off because when they were in Puerto Rico. They haven't been much lately. I've been enjoying them quite a bit. But anyhow, that's all I got on Rey and Santos.
Yeah, it was nice in Puerto Rico. You know, you had this nice reunion with Carlito when he came back, and then it was reported he signed, you know, not long after, but he didn't see him for quite some time, and then he shows up again. But then, and for one, I'm not hating on the LWO, I'm not, but for some reason it wasn't for me. You know, I was never really that big on them. So now that they're in the midst of like a split up, I don't know if they'll let Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wilde align back with Santos Escobar. I wish they would. And for one, I wish they would give everybody back to Santos, even Zelina. Something about me wish they would go even one further and bring Elektra Lopez back to be back with Legado del Fantasma. She's stuck in NXT right now. They called everybody up except for her. So I would love that. You know, if Zelina wants to stay by Carlito's side, then call her up and let her go back to Santos Escobar. That would be a fantastic little transition right here for potentially maybe like you mentioned, a new Legado del Fantasma if they do bring back Joaquin Wilde, Cruz del Toro, or you mentioned even with Humberto Carrillo and Angel Garza, which I wouldn't hate on that as well. So it would be an interesting turn of events, but I'm very interested to see where they go at with this.
Oh my gosh, shout out to Great. And I just thought of that. Like I said, what if they could do LWO Wolfpack and LWO?
Yeah.
He just said LWO Wolfpack. Hell yeah, Great. And there we go. You read my mind. I just didn't want to say that because and the Wolfpack could be Humberto and Garza because they're calling themselves the freaking Wolves, I guess. All right. So last but not least, I've heard on, speaking of one of the people who jumping in the comments, when I listened to their show the other day, her right there, she thinks that Bailey's gonna end up like Edge. I'm fuck Adam Copeland. She's gonna She's gonna get kicked out of her own creation. She created Damage Control. They were talking about she could potentially get kicked out and it could be an all Japanese faction. That would be interesting. Dakota Kai, I'm sure she'd follow along with Bailey. I don't know. I mean, if you got Asuka, Kairi Sane, and Io Sky together, if you had to put a fourth woman, sign that other girl that was in that trio with them in New Japan.
Mm-hmm.
If they get a fourth person,
yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna assume this is the part where I think the women's war games is going to be 4-on-4, not 5-on-5. If Dakota wasn't injured, then it would have been 5-on-5. She'd have been the fifth member with Bailey, Asuka, Kairi, and Io. I think it stays 4-on-4. Something tells me the other team is going to possibly be like Charlotte, Bianca, Shotzi, and one more person I can't think of. I don't know who'd be that fourth person.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but if they do turn on Bailey and Bailey goes back to being a face, I was tuning into Outrage Control this past Sunday on Floor Slapper Sports, which cheap plug here, go follow the Floor Slapper Sports, go check them out, floorslappersports.com. I'm doing fantastic things. I was actually in the comments watching their show, and they were talking about this whole turn with Damage Control, with Asuka joining and whatnot, and potentially turning on Bailey. But I was in the comments saying this, and also saying on here, if they turn Bailey face, do not bring back the inflatables. Do not bring back that side of Bailey.
Don't bring the
Bailey
hugger
we have right now. Yeah, don't do that. Do not bring the hugger back whatsoever. I like the Bailey that's on SmackDown tormenting Michael Cole every chance she gets. That's the version of Bailey I like. So don't bring back the hugger, the inflatables. Don't bring any of that back. If you're gonna turn her face, just keep her how she is, and it'll be all right. Like there's no reason to turn her and to bring back her old personality. I hate that.
Yeah. I don't know who could be that fourth person. I mean, it'll be an interesting story. Well, Becky's on Raw. They're not going to do that jump shift. That's why I wanted Kevin Owens to be the fifth member, but they're not going to pull that shit off. So you got to take Becky off the list. Becky is on Raw. She killed the Bailey's buddies, so don't bring it back from the dead. Yeah. I don't know. But, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to see where this goes. So we were on heel turns for quite a while. This one, yeah. But I knew it was going to take up some more. So let's get to the AEW talk. I do have quite a bit to bring up of what I saw last night. So this was probably the first time in possibly like a month and a half, maybe almost 2 months, I sat down and watched. I sat down and watched a full episode of Dynamite. I watched it. Ooh, yes. Remember, she left TNA. She could be on SmackDown because her husband's the general man. Oh my God, Daniel, give him a fucking award. I think that's the fourth member of War Games.
That would be nice. That would be very nice.
It's going to be Mickie James, Charlotte Flair, Bianca, and Shotzi. Just Don't bring hardcore country. I hate that song. Go back to her original WWE theme. Man, good job, Daniel. I love that. If they make it where, okay, I'm sorry, Dirty Django. I just went by his username. I'm just gonna call people by their usernames. But Daniel Schwager, Dirty Django is his main. Okay. Shout out to Dirty Dango for pitching in Mickey James to be a potential fourth member. So, hey, if they make it where we're going to do a War Games, but there's going to be a surprise team, a surprise partner for the babyface team, I'm going to say Mickey James. There you go. Well,
yeah.
Anyhow, going back to AEW, this was probably the first time in a month and a half I technically watched the whole 2 hours. I didn't watch the whole 2 hours. When it got to one match, I fucking turned it off. Like, I was like, done. I was like Peter Griffin in the theater. Done. I don't even remember what the fucking name of it was. It was based on like a video game or some shit from Sega, where it was an 8-man tag. It was the Don Callis family versus now the Golden Jets.
Mm-hmm.
So it was Hobbs, Brian Cage, Konosuke Takeshita, and who was the fourth person?
Kyle Fletcher.
Kyle Fletcher versus Jericho, Kenny Omega, Kota Ibushi, and fucking Paul White. First off, I laughed how they arrived in the arena like they were Evolution. Why did Jericho and Paul White wrestle in tuxedos? They look like the Men in Black.
It's the thing. It's what they're being sponsored for the match, the video game or something like that. I think that's what it was because it was named after the game.
Dango said, I turned it off before Big Show struck. Big Show couldn't even walk to the damn ring. And I don't know why I kept thinking he had a match at Full Gear. I'm so glad he don't have a match.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he chokeslammed Fletcher off the stage. He landed on a table. Okay, I didn't watch this because I didn't realize Kota Ibushi was on a freaking bicycle, hitting people with a pipe before Brian Cage clotheslined him off the bicycle. I saw that on Instagram because one of my friends is texting me. He's like, what the fuck is this shit? And I'm like, I'm not even watching it. And he tells me, he's like, Kota Ibushi's on a bike. And I'm like, I don't care. Well, he texted me back like 10 minutes later. He was like, Hobbs. Like all across the text. Hobbs. I'm like, what happened to Hobbs? Kayla said, Dylan, do you think the new signee for We're going to get to that in a bit.
Yeah. It's actually one of my topics. Yeah.
Mine's a male, by the way. I'll say in a bit.
So is mine.
I think we have the same one. But he's texting me, Hobbs. I'm like, what happened? What did Hobbs do? Well, luckily, I go flip it back. I caught it just in time. Well, he loves Hobbs. He's saying that Hobbs was kicking ass, but him and Paul White were going at it. I caught it on the replay. Shout out to Hobbs for killing Paul White's short run in AEW. They were like standing on like a pile of wood, and he just body slams them on a car. And he just rolled out like trash, like a trash bag down a bend. And holding himself, and I'm like, thank you, Hobbs. We ain't got to worry about Paul White wrestling ever again. So that was great. But stupid match. I ended up putting it back on because I wanted to hear what MJF had to say regarding to this so-called devil. Who's the devil? Who's this partner going to be during the 0 hour at Full Gear and whatnot? Then he gets jumped by the Bullet Club Gold. I'm sorry. I was hoping to take Jay White seriously. I can't take this Bullet Club Gold seriously. They are already taking DX's shit. Oh, I got 2 words for you. I love how the crowd says suck it every time, but they're like, guns up. I guess I say suck it too.
Yeah.
I can't take Bullet Club Gold serious. Like I said, I'm not looking forward to this pay-per-view. If we buy it, I'll probably watch it the next day, but I ain't going to watch it live because I'll be at an LSU game Saturday. I just want to know if they're going to reveal who's the Devil Mask. Sure. And all I can hear in my head rent free is Roderick Strong. Adam! They even made a shirt for that. It's in all caps. Adam. Oh, it's too much.
I love it.
By the oh wait, we're saving that on the predictions, by the way. But I got something. Hey, something we were supposed to talk about. I got something I can bring up right now. While you were telling me about your heel turns, I put myself on mute. I pulled my headphone to the side. Tony Khan officially announced the fate of the Ring of Honor Television Championship. He announced it on Ring of Honor's TV on this Ring of Honor show. It's vacated, and they're gonna have at Final Battle what's called a 6-way survival of the fittest. So I guess it's a 6-pack challenge, or it's an elimination match. They're gonna have a series of qualifying matches, and the 6 that qualify are gonna fight for that vacated title at Final Battle in Dallas. So now we know what's gonna happen with the Ring of Honor World Television Championship, which I think it's fucking stupid. They should have just let Keith Lee have the title instead of doing what Joe did. That was fucking ironic. And what else were we supposed to talk about that involved AEW? I feel like we're missing something.
But real quick, giving my thoughts on the main event real quick before we move on to another topic. It could have did it without the whole sponsor thing, without Jericho and Paul White being in a suit, without Paul White actually even being there. It didn't need to happen. He could barely walk, much less wrestle. He got body slam on the hood of that car. I thought he was dead for a second. It didn't need to happen. It did not need to happen. But the match itself was decent. There was a lot of good spots in it. The one with Brian Cage, he suplexed Kenny Omega off the turnbuckle onto the 2 tables. I thought Kenny Omega suffered a pretty bad injury there. Luckily, he did not. But I mean, the whole Kota Ibushi thing on the bike, hitting people with the pipe, I thought was pretty lame. He was barely even tapping the people, and they act like it was the worst injury they ever suffered in their life. And I don't know, from a wrestling fan standpoint, it was pretty embarrassing to see that. But there were other good spots in the match where it actually looked like a really good match. So there's a part of me that hated the match, but there's also a part of me that loved it. So I'll just keep it 50-50 down the line, say it was okay. There was stuff they could have did without, but whatever else they did, it was actually pretty decent. So for a main event, it wasn't that bad.
I'll tell you what the highlight of the night was for me. Hangman Adam Page roasting Swerve that he not even said a word. But Prince Nana, God, he's a fucking national treasure. I love his. I want him to dance at my wedding. I will do what I can to invite him and do his little dance.
I fucking love it, dude. He is awesome.
I love how Swerve can just keep a straight face walking down the aisle and not crack a smile or laugh. That's why I fucking love Swerve right now. That's another guy that needs to be a future world champion. But okay, I have one more thing. Was there something else from AEW we were supposed to talk about before we get to the predictions? I know I already brought up the fate of the TV title.
The signing at Full Gear.
Oh yeah, we'll do that in the. You know what? I'm gonna say it now. I think it's Dolph Ziggler.
I don't think it is. His non-compete's not up yet.
I don't think it's Mercedes money. What if it's Will? What if I think it's Will Ospreay?
I think it's Will Ospreay as well. He said it's someone who is well respected by every AEW fan. I think it's Will Ospreay. For some reason, I feel like that's going to be a disappointment to some people because he has been showing up in AEW a lot. So people are expecting it to be someone who is there for the very first time, and they're going to be disappointed, unfortunately. But I do think it is. I think it's going to be Will Ospreay. Dolph Ziggler, his non-compete's not up yet, so it's none of the big list of the releases that just happened recently because their non-compete's not up yet.
What the fuck is Tony Khan holding? It looks like an invisible mic.
Oh my god, my fucking background remover didn't catch it all. God damn it!
Oh shit! God damn! Wow.
How did I not catch that?
Well, then Will Ospreay sign? I thought he signed with Impact or TNA, or they can do both.
No.
He can. No, I thought he signed with TNA, or that was just a one-off fighting at Bound for Glory.
All right, let's get to the predictions. I cannot look at that no more. I'm heated looking at that right now.
Okay, before we get to predictions, I got a quick one here. If you saw the breaking news this morning, I heard the rumors about it. It's true. After WrestleMania, WWE is going to do Backlash in France, but it's not going to be in Paris. It's in Lyon. I never heard of that fucking city. Lyons, France. Supposedly it's the third largest city in France. I mean, I think it's awesome. Europe's is fucking hitting the jackpot lately. They already had Money in the Bank last year, and they get a pay-per-view in Germany in August, and now you're getting a pay-per-view in France. I like it. Yeah. I mean, Triple H is actually making World Wrestling Entertainment actually mean we're going around the world. And all the marks are getting pissed that they're doing a lot of more Premier Live events out the US, and they think we're going to have only the big four instead. And shut the fuck up. That means watching it earlier in the day, which this pay-per-view happens in May. Can you imagine just watching a WWE PLE in France in the middle of the day on a Saturday in May? We ain't got to worry about football. Might not have to worry about baseball. I'm all in for that. Like an early start time on a Saturday in May. Fucking A. I like it. And I can't wait till they're gonna blow the roof off that place. Whatever the arena is they're gonna be at. But yeah, Lyons, France. Like, they're just going to cities we never heard of, but in country. Like, I thought it was going to be somewhere in Paris, but it's all right. What's your take on from the announcement this morning?
It's actually pretty cool. You know, it's for one, it's really nice to not see them constantly going to the same city in America for crowds that don't really appreciate it. So for them to go like somewhere like to France, when they went to Puerto Rico this year for Backlash, when they're going to
they went to London for Money in the Bank,
and they're going to Berlin next year, it's gonna be awesome, dude. Like, you're gonna see crowds that really never really get stuff like this, or if they get it, it's just a live event, so you're not even able to see them react to this kind of stuff. So I think it's cool that they're getting a PLE.
Okay, remember at the end of last year when they announced the money? Actually, they announced it on New Year's Day. They announced that Money in the Bank was going to be in London, and I called it. I said, I guarantee you that is going to be the fucking show of the year, and that crowd's going to be hot, and look how that show turned out. I'm calling it now. In 2024, Bash in Berlin is going to be the show of the year. Germany's getting a PLE. There are going to be a lot of fucking beer drinking. Play West Virginia by John Denver. They fucking love that song in Germany. Nice. I don't give a shit. Have John Cena come out and make it happen. Do it on the Grayson Waller effect. I don't care. You play West Virginia in Germany by John Denver, they are going to sing the shit out of it. You don't watch the Premier League? You didn't watch the 2 NFL games in Germany? That's all they sing is West Virginia by John Denver. And I'm singing with them, and I'm sober. Like, I don't know what's wrong with me lately. Like, how is it crazy that we have 2 home games left, 2 LSU games left, and I ain't drank a single drop of alcohol at all this season in Tiger Stadium?
Well, it's actually for the best, because the last couple times we've been with you, you've been known to fall asleep. So you don't need alcohol in your system to add on to that, because we were inside the PMAC watching Bama and Ole Miss, and all of a sudden I look at you and your head's just down the whole time. I'm like, this motherfucker's sleeping.
Well, I had to drive too. I had to drive in every single game. So that's another reason why I didn't drink. I was supposed to drink for the Auburn game, but I ended up having to drive. So I could probably drink for A&M. I don't have to drive for that one. We're all going to that one together, me and my family. So I could drink for A&M, but it's 11 o'clock a.m. kickoff. And then I'm gonna come on the watch along, buzzed up, War Games with my eyes crossed. Which I should be home in time for that. But all right, let's get to our predictions to close out tonight. Full Gear this Saturday in Los Angeles, or Inglewood, California. Same shit at the Kia Forum. Let's start with the 0 hour. MJF and a mystery partner versus the Guns, the Ass Boys, Austin and Colton, for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships.
I also have Jordan's picks as well. He couldn't be here, but he wanted to send in his picks as well. Jordan didn't predict who the partner was going to be, like we will, but he just picked MJF and the mystery partner to retain the tag titles. And
Okay.
I'm gonna make a prediction on the mystery partner. I think it's gonna be Samoa Joe. Something tells me it's gonna be Samoa Joe. It's almost like I'll scratch your back, you scratch mine. So you let me. So he's gonna team up with him. He's gonna help him retain, but he wants a world title shot if he retains against Jay White. So that's almost like, do me a deal, I'll do you one as well. And they're gonna retain.
I'm not going forward with that. Every time someone tells me, especially a girl, you scratch my back, I scratch yours, I quote that line from Superbad. Oh, the funny thing about my back is that's located on my cock.
That's too good.
I don't think he has a partner. I think he does the handicap match by himself and he retains on his own.
I don't know. I've been seeing Samoa Joe's name too much. I don't know. It's almost like that. You do a deal for me, I'll do one for you, and he's gonna get a world title shot if he defeats Jay White.
I'm gonna save that part for the end, but anyhow, so let's move on. We're gonna have Hikaru Shida versus Timeless Tony Storm for the AEW Women's World Championship. You should have had Tony in black and white. I like how they always crop her black and white.
Should have.
I love this gimmick.
I could have too. I could have.
I love the gimmick, by the way. The whole Marilyn Monroe, 1930, 1940s actress edition where everything is black and white when you look at her or around her. I'm pretty sure her entrance is the same way. I haven't, like I said, I haven't been watching AEW lately. I don't even know if she's got a new intro or a new theme song now with this new gimmick with her portraying a Marilyn Monroe wannabe or 1940s movie in black and white, kind of like vaudevillain type shit. But okay, Hikaru Shida versus Tony Storm for the women's championship.
Jordan is going with Hikaru Shida, and as much as I love this gimmick, I think it's one of the best gimmicks in AEW right now. On the women's side, fuck it, dude. Like not just the women's side, the entire side of AEW right now. I feel like it's one of the best gimmicks right now. She is absolutely killing it. I don't think they pulled a trigger just yet. I think they wait till another time. I think their next pay-per-view is, correct me if I'm wrong, it's
December 30th. The night before her birthday. What is it? World's End.
Okay, so I think Shida wins at Full Gear, and then Tony gets another shot at that one, and that's where she wins. So nice. So I'll go with Hikaru Shida, and Jordan's gonna go with her as well.
I didn't think you were gonna hear that. I got.
I heard it loud and clear.
I got comment if you heard it too. I got Hikaru Shida retaining also. Yeah, their next pay-per-view is World's End, December 30th, so we don't have to wait till March. I think we might get another pay-per-view before Revolution. I mean, I like that they want to keep doing more. That way they don't have to do 4 a year and they go to the same 2 cities every year. They can just add more. And then we could just be like, fuck it. Vegas can have Double or Nothing forever, and Chicago can have All Out forever, and London can have All In forever. All right. Sting, Darby Allin, and Adam Copeland versus Christian Cage, Luchasaurus, and Nick Wayne. And I don't know why, but it says Ric Flair is going to be in the corner of Sting, Darby, and Adam. I don't want another Ric Flair match. I swear to God, if they make Sting and Ric Flair at Revolution, I'm not going to watch it. And there's rumors that Sting was supposed to do Surfer Sting for his retirement match. I don't know if that's true or not.
All right, so Jordan's going with Darby, Sting, and Adam Copeland. I'm also going to go with the same. is his first pay-per-view match for Full Gear. I don't think they let him lose it. Hell, I think he's going to get the pin, but I think he'll get the pin over Nick Wayne. I think they're going to save this whole Copeland Christian feud for them to finally go at it one-on-one, maybe at Revolution. I think they hold out all the way till Revolution for this one, the first pay-per-view of the year. But yeah, I think Copeland gets the win over Nick Wayne.
I really, really want Christian Luchasaurus and Nick Wayne to win this, but like I said, it's Adam Copeland's first pay-per-view in AEW. They're trying to make him this mega star. So I'm going to say Adam, Darby, and Sting win this one. Especially the way it ended with Wrestle Dream, with Christian beating Darby. So, all right. Orange Cassidy versus Jon Moxley for the second time for the AEW International Championship. Are you sure this is the second match? I thought this was the third match. They're saying unless it's the second on pay-per-view.
Probably on pay-per-view. I don't know.
Oh no, it is second. They were supposed to fight at Grand Slam, but somebody got replaced by Rey Fenix.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
That's why. Okay, so it is 2. Okay.
Let's see. Jordan is going with Orange Cassidy. I'm going with Jon Moxley. I think Jon Moxley wins it back. I love Orange Cassidy with the title. He's been defending it whenever he was the first champion with his first reign with it. He was defending it every single week. He was doing well with it. Jon Moxley, I feel like, could also do the same. He could defend it every week, and I think they put it back on him. So Jon Moxley wins over Orange Cassidy.
I'm gonna go with Orange Cassidy to retain. This one was close to pick, but I got Orange Cassidy retaining. He is the greatest international champion. I think he should keep it longer. Then we get the match I would want to see. We get a Texas death match. Hangman Adam Page versus Swerve Strickland.
Man, this is going to be good. Jordan is going with, let's see. He's going with Swerve Strickland. I'm going with Swerve as well. This guy's a star. You know, he has Prince Nana on the side of him to make him look like even a bigger star. But this guy just by himself, he's fantastic. He's fantastic on the mic, fantastic in the ring. And this is not saying the same for Hangman, because Hangman's also good on the mic, good in the ring. And they're going to beat the shit out of each other. And I cannot wait to watch it. It's going to be a fantastic match. Could be match of the night. But I think Swerve gets him here. And he just continues his dominance, and hopefully at some point gets a title shot. I mean, this guy deserves a title around his waist. Not the tag titles when he had with Keith Lee, but give him an actual singles title. This guy can just run away with that.
Whose house? Swerve's house.
Yeah.
I'm going with Swerve. All right. Then we get the Golden Jets, Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho versus the Young Bucks. Now, there's a stipulation. If the Golden Jets win, they will get the Young Bucks' AEW World Tag Team title opportunity. But if the Young Bucks win, then the Golden Jets must disband as a team.
Let's see. Jordan is going to go with the Young Bucks. I think some shit's going to go down during this match. Something tells me. I think we see a heel turn here. I see Kenny turning on Chris, and he forms back up with the Young Bucks with the Elite. Something tells me it's going to happen. He's good as a face, but man, I love Kenny as a heel. I love the Young Bucks as heels. This needs to be the way they go after Full Gear. So Kenny needs to turn on Chris. It's going to be a short-lived tag team, and he aligns himself back with the Elite.
I'm going with the Golden Jets because you got two legends. Can you imagine Jericho and Omega as tag team champions? That would be awesome to see. I know a lot of people are going to shit talk Chris Jericho. Let me tell you something. Chris Jericho is in shape. I'd rather see him wrestle now than fucking Paul White. Mm-hmm. I'm still good with Jericho wrestling. He's still got it. He's still got the hair. He's still got the skills. He's still got the physique. He still can cut promos. He can still talk and do it all like he done the last 25 plus 30 years. So I'm going to go with the Golden Jet. I like, where do they get these fucking names from? They had to have gotten the Golden Jet from Central Intelligence because that's what they called Kevin Hart. He was the Golden Jet because he fucking pissed his pants when he run or whatever. Chris Statlander, Julia Hart, and Sky Blue in a three-way match for the AEW TBS Championship.
Jordan is going with Chris Statlander. I'm going with Julia Hart. This is her time. This gimmick is fantastic. She has been getting better and better every week, and there's something about her, man. She is doing great things, but I'm interested to see how they do things with Sky Blue during this match. You know, you see her portraying this different gimmick. I don't know what's going to happen with her. But I don't think Chris Statlander retains it. I think sooner or later she needs to go for the actual women's championship in AEW. Julia Hart, this is the perfect match for her to win it. So I think we're going to see a new champion.
I'm going with Sky Blue.
Okay.
I love the fact they're giving her more TV time, more matches. I love the mystery machine ring gear. This I love it. Like I love Sky Blue so much.
I bet you do.
I do. I mean, if Julia Hart wins, cool. If Chris retains, cool. But I feel like Chris needs to move on up and capture the AEW Women's title, whether if it's from Sheeta or Toni Storm or somebody else. She's been a great TBS champion, but I think it's time for her to hold the women's title. Let her be a women's world champion, because I know damn well she'll be a good one. And hopefully, if they ever put the belt on her, she can keep it as long as she kept this one, or keep it even longer. All right, then we get Ricky Starks and Big Bill versus, I'm not saying that other fucking name, but it's Los Ingobernables, Rush Indra-Listico, FTR, and the Kings of the Black Throne, Malachi Black and Brody King, in a 4-way for the AEW World Tag Team Championships.
Jordan is going to go with Malachi Black and Brody King to win the tag titles. I think they keep it on Big Bill and Ricky Starks.
I'm going with the champs too. I mean, it's about time they put an actual real championship on Ricky Starks. I keep forgetting they were tag champs because they won it on an episode of Collision, and I don't watch Collision because I'm at football games. But I think they keep it a little longer. I think they're going to keep them till they fight Kenny and Jericho. Then they're going to win the titles from them too. So I got Ricky Starks and Big Bill retaining. And then the main event, we get MJF versus Jay White for the AEW World Championship. And if you guys don't remember, Jay White is not the champion. He stole the Triple B from MJF. So that's why he's only walking around with the Ring of Honor tag belt. So how's this going to go down?
So Jordan made absolutely no prediction on who's under the mask. He didn't say if MJF was going to get help. He just simply put the MJF's going to retain. That's it. So, Jordan, if you're still watching, which I'm pretty sure you are, you watch pretty much every show that we do whenever you're not on. If you have a prediction behind the mask, feel free to drop it in the comments. I also have MJF retaining, and I feel like I'm more interested in the whole devil mask situation more than I am the actual match just taking place this weekend. And the reason why I say that is because whenever the person behind the devil mask was not the one who attacked Jay White, it was the other masked, the ones with him. And it was 4 people, I believe. The moment it happened, I started seeing people say on the internet. I also followed up with the theory as well that the person behind the devil mask was Adam Cole, and the 4 people was Roderick Strong, the Kingdom, and a returning Kyle O'Reilly. Now they're saying that obviously Adam Cole's hurt. He has the broken ankle. Something tells me he's not hurt at all. I don't know. That's just my bold prediction theory that I had, that Adam Cole was never hurt. And the reason why I say that is because the whole thing with the Acclaim, they attacked the Acclaim as well. I feel like they're attacking people who are getting themselves close to MJF, because the Acclaim got themselves close to MJF. They tagged up with him, and then they got attacked. Jay White made it known that he was going after MJF's title. He got attacked. So it's people that get close to him, either if they want to tag up with him or if they want to go for his championship. So I still believe right now that the person behind that devil mask is Adam Cole. And I say that because he don't want nobody else teaming with MJF, and he don't want and he doesn't want anybody else going for that championship. It's going to be him and him only that takes it off of MJF whenever he does return, which I think should be this weekend. If it's not MJF, if it's not Adam Cole, then for one, what are we doing here? There's no reason for it to not be Adam Cole. If it's not, then it absolutely makes no sense.
Before I say what I gotta say, you said they were attacking anybody that gets close to MJF. You think they're gonna try and attack Samoa Joe, and Samoa Joe's gonna backfire and beat all their asses?
Well, I don't know. For one, it could be that we see them more than once. Do we see them during the pre-show after the match? Because I think that they retain. I think if Samoa Joe, if he teams up with MJF, kind of like I mentioned, how it's, do me a deal, I'll do you one. He tags up with him, helps him retain. I think maybe he gets attacked backstage by the Devil and the masked attackers that is with the Devil. It's just anybody getting themselves close to to MJF. If anyone gets close in any particular way, whether it's a team, whether it's to go after him, something tells me that it's Adam Cole. He has a great friendship with him, and I think he's going to help MJF win because he wants to be the one to go after him. He's going to reveal himself, and then that's when the long-awaited turn happens, that he's going to turn on MJF. If that happens, sign me the fuck up, because it needs to happen. If it doesn't, I will be severely disappointed. Please happen, because it would be just good television. I'm paying $50 for this, so hopefully it happens.
Okay, first off, MJF retains. He gets his belt back that he never lost. It was stolen from him. I think there's going to be a lot of interference. I think Bullet Club Gold gets interference, and MJF takes him out. And Jordan saying Adam Cole. It's got to be Adam Cole. Like, I think that's the way to go. I think he's been faking the injury, and he's back with the Kingdom. But I have him as I'm saying one of two. I've seen skepticals on the internet saying it could be one of four people. I'm sorry, but two of the four they're saying, no fucking way. Is what I've read. You look at the size of the guy in the mask. He's small. He's skinny. He's about Adam Cole's size. It's definitely not CM Punk. Everyone thinks it's CM Punk. Some people think it's CM Punk. CM Punk's not that small. And y'all are the same ones that saying, oh, CM Punk's going to go back to WWE. So fuck CM Punk. It's not him. I don't know where they're getting this from. Someone thinks it's a female. Someone thinks it could be Britt Baker. I don't know why.
That would be nuts.
Now, when I heard this fourth name, I thought about it really hard. I'm like, you know what? Of one particular thing that happened, it could be him. I'd rather be Adam Cole. But if it's this other particular person, that would be a big push for him, especially as a heel. And all because of what he did on one particular attack. What if it's Jack Perry?
Oh.
He threw Anthony Bowens through glass. Remember the whole real glass shit? Someone said he threw Anthony Bowens through real glass. He thinks it's Jack Perry. So I think it's Adam Cole, and my backup is Jack Perry.
I'm not hating that. I'm not hating that at all. That would be a good return for Jack Perry to come back as the Devil. But if it is, it doesn't make sense to me.
I'll tell you one thing, too. There are some dumbasses who think it's Tony Khan. Tony Khan, I got the balls to do shit like that.
But okay, the reason why I don't think it's Jack Perry and I think it's Adam Cole is because if it was Jack Perry by himself and he was attacking people with the devil mask, who's the other people? Because they say Sean Ross Sapp said that it's not independent talent that are behind these masks. It is the actual people portraying who will be unveiled whenever it does happen. Hopefully,
Well, it's
this
got to
weekend.
be.
But I think it's
got to
Adam,
be Cole.
yeah.
It's got to be the Kingdom. It's Adam Cole in the Kingdom. He's back. Roderick Strong got in his fucking head with this fake injury. Now, I don't know about Kyle O'Reilly coming back, but that would be fucking sweet if Kyle O'Reilly's in AEW now and we could.
But if it's not, then who is it?
I'm gonna say Adam Cole or Jack Perry.
I'm interested to see if it's Jack Perry, then who's the 4 people that he has with him. That's where the confusion comes in. Because if it's Adam Cole, then we obviously know that it's Matt Taven, Mike Bennett, with Roderick Strong, and Dan. But there's 4 people that's beside the Devil, because Devil is Adam Cole, and there's 4 other masked attackers. So there leaves that one person for it to be. And I think it could potentially be Kyle O'Reilly as the 4th person because he already has a close relationship to Adam Cole. So I think Adam hasn't faking this entire time. You can have an image of a broken ankle X-ray. You can find that shit on Google. I could find one right now of a broken ankle and post on social media and whatnot and say it's mine. Something tells me that this injury was all bullshit and he's the one behind the mask. And we get the Kingdom, Roger Strong, and hopefully Kyle O'Reilly. If it's not Kyle, I have absolutely no idea who else the 4th member could be.
I mean, it could. It's not Punk. He's not that small.
But
unless
for one, I'm not sure why people are saying Punk either because he left on awful terms with the whole backstage thing with Jack Perry, the fight with Tony Khan. Honestly, I think
it's not Punk. It's not Punk.
For Punk, I think it's WWE or nothing. If he don't go back to WWE, it don't pay for him to even come back anywhere. I don't want him anywhere, to be honest. But I don't think it would be a complete swerve if it's him behind the mask. That would be crazy. But I think it's Adam Cole.
This is my suggestion. And I swear to God, if certain people, I'm not calling nobody out, if certain people in other group chats blow my phone up and tell me spoil the news on who's the Devil, I'm fucking blocking your ass.
Well, that's why you turn all your stuff on silent. Don't even look at your phone, anything.
Now, I want to find out.
On a streak, I would say that you don't even go to this game because it's against Georgia State. We're going to blow them up by probably 60.
I want to find out on Twitter myself. Like, I want to get on Twitter and just find it on Twitter. That's how I usually find out shit anyway. Like, if I don't watch it live, I can't wait longer. I'm going to look on Twitter. I don't want somebody blowing my messages up. I'm going to find out myself. I'm going to find out on Twitter if they reveal it that night. But if someone tells me...
They should. If they don't, that makes no sense why they wouldn't reveal it.
They're going to obviously reveal it on pay-per-view. They're not going to wait till a freaking Dynamite or Rampage or Collision. It's got to be on pay-per-view. So, yeah, I will look at it on Twitter, and then if we buy it, I'll go back and watch it on Sunday because thank you, Lord, no damn Saints game this week. We're on a bye after the fucking performance they had last week. So
thank God, dude. I get to go stress-free this weekend. I know LSU is going to beat the brakes off of Georgia State, and I don't have to worry about the Saints. Oh, thank God.
No, I'm just playing a guessing game of how many yards is Jaden going to have in touchdowns against Georgia State. I think they put 50 on him again. I think he's going to have another over 200 passing and rushing again. I'll give him at least 2 touchdowns. Two rushing touchdowns. I'm going to give Logan Diggs 1. I'm giving Josh Williams 1. I'm giving Malik 1. I'm like Oprah. You get 1, you get 1, you get 1, you get 1. Brian Thomas gets 1. Malik gets 1. Like, Jaden's going to get at least 2, maybe 3. But, well, that will do it for tonight's live stream. Thank God we got it done. I was excited, but again, I won't be here next week. But Freddie's gonna fill in for me while y'all do y'all predictions for Survivor Series War Games. I'm gonna throw my picks in with Freddie. He's gonna announce mine. But real quick, you see on your left side of your screen, you find us on Twitter, X, whatever the shit you want to call it. Dylan's at Dylan _. I'm at Marcus Lee 337. Jordan's at Jordan _J2000. Find the podcast at World Elite Pod. We're also on Instagram. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook. Subscribe to us on all audio platforms. We're free and available wherever you get your podcasts. So, any last words you want to take before we close out?
Not too much. Just hope everyone has a fantastic weekend. Hope everyone enjoys Full Gear. Thank you for tuning in. Looking forward to having Jordan back next week and also welcoming back Freddie to the show. It's going to be a fun time doing War Games picks, do a small little recap of Full Gear. Going to be a great time. Can't wait for it. But this was a fun one. And yeah, just excited for Full Gear this weekend. I think it's going to be a great show.
And if y'all have a watch along, y'all have fun with that one too. But I should be back in time next week to be on Survivor Series as watch along, because I know they were planning one for that too. So I'll definitely be in attending that one. But thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all have a fun weekend. Fight y'all allergies. Take your meds. Stay warm if it gets cold down here. We're supposed to have a cold front next week. We're gonna finally have a cold Thanksgiving. Thank you, Jesus. All right, guys, we are heading out, and we will see y'all next week. Y'all, well, you won't see me, unless you watch SAT Sports, but you'll see Dylan, Jordan, and Freddie next week. You'll see me on the Worldly Podcast again at the end of the month. So recapping War Games or Survivor Series. Thank y'all. Y'all enjoy it.